And that breaks it too. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get these players counted down for game number 1 of their showdown in Division 1A. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Divergence on piece number 2 as the T goes left for Myles and right for Tristop. And so far, that decision is favoring Myles. But Tristop gets the long bar and fills in the long bar dependency, so no problem. On the left, rolling out of the United States with a PV of 8,063,000, and in my opinion, had the best individual game out of all of CTWC in 2024. It is Myles. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, go back and watch the matchup with Dog when it comes out. Oh man, the chase down was real. On the right, also making waves at CTWC, had a bit of a coming out party, defeating both Fractal and Blue Scooty in the same event and nearly taking out the eventual champion, Alex Thatch. He has a PB of 8,038,000. At the level that they get that score, that is well less than a Tetris difference in PB. Rolling out of the United States, it is Tristop. Yeah, Andrew, it's basically the one where Myles had to go perfect from level 36 to complete the chase down. It was unbelievable. Probably my favorite moment of the whole event. Outside of the Parmesan bath. This one is neck and neck to get started. It is only a difference of 1,000 points. Now 380. Half of a single separate them at the same line count. A bit of burning means that scoring is going to be on hold for both players a bit. Panlore Cobra. What's going on? I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of Cobra double headers on future CTL episodes. Still got to play 5 matches, and we're pretty late in the season, are we not? I probably should know this, but when does the season end? Tetris for a Tristop there. Myles looking for a bar. We'll get it for the Tetris as well. Myles in the lead by 38,000 points halfway through level 18. Tristop having trouble getting access to that hole in column 5. Finally does. Doesn't really want to make the board very spiky. You can see he's avoiding filling in that hole that he just opened up, simply because doing so would have made his board unaccommodating for squares. How do I have the energy to commentate for so many hours on the same day alone? I don't know. Just because it's fun. It feels... It's kind of a neat thing I do. Just stuff that I enjoy doing. 427 for Myles, 410 for Tristop, who's gotten a bit closer to Myles here. Myles also with some holes. We're going to take advantage of that triple to open up the hole in column 2. And here we are at 103 lines. We're only 3,400 points apart. 459 for Myles, 455 for Tristop. This one has been on a knife's edge. Tristop having to take some burns here. And of course, the long bar comes right before he opens up the well, but there's another one right after it. Bang, Tetris. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles will score a Tetris there, and Tristop will strike back. Myles with about a 1 Tetris lead as we approach the level 19 transition. Here in game number 1. These could be some good-looking transitions, too. Not quite dueling 600s, but we should have at least one. There's a Tetris to go to 596. Okay, mean? Maybe. Lean? Absolutely not. Oh, Kingsman, but my doctor tells me I can stand to lose a few pounds. 598 for Myles, 580 for Tristop after a Tetris in transition. Myles maintaining about a 1 Tetris lead. Hi, Kingsman. How's it going? Clean, yes, I do shower, so that does apply. August 25th is the end date. So, Cobra, you don't have a lot of time. You have 3 weeks to play 5 matches. Good luck. $699 for Myles, 661 at a Tetris to go to 688 for Tristop, playing from behind here. But not very far behind. Oh, it wasn't his fault this time. Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw a double hitter for tonight that got removed. Oh, Myles getting up very high. Gets the dirty Tetris. But now has a lot of cleanup to do. And this is Tristop's opportunity to possibly take the lead. As Myles is expertly burning this down. If Myles hadn't gotten that long bar when he did, we would be talking about game 2 right now. Doggy. Oh, no. Well, don't do that. $15-piece drought incoming and getting bigger by the moment as both players are Tetris ready. Myles with a nice triple. Tristop going to do some burning. We've hit 30 pieces. We are still trying to keep this board alive. Nice tee for Tristop, and both players will get the Tetris. And special shout out to Myles for being in column 7 and surviving that drought. That was something. That's not easy to do. 888 for Myles, 863 for Tristop. Oh, a bit of a hang there for Tristop. You can see the head shake. Myles' lead will extend a little bit here. Myles has gotten this board all the way down. Tristop still has some work to clean this up. Another Tetris from Myles. There's 1 and change from the max. There's 1. 993. Uh-oh. Okay, Myles is fine. I thought that was going to go south for a second. 1,030,000 for Myles. 1 Tetris away from level 29. As is Tristop. Tristop has finally opened up the right side. Has to take a couple burns and will end up burning into level 29 at 897. 1,069,000. Hey now for Myles. Tetris for Tristop. Both players dangerous on the kill screen. Tetris for both players. 1,113,000 for Myles. 978 for Tristop. Another Tetris for both players. 150,000 point lead in favor of Myles. Another Tetris for Myles. Tristop trying to find the bar. Needs the bar. And we get a drought instead. Tristop will top out at 1,024,000 at 1.2. Myles is good. And we'll take game number 1. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. So both players on the board here early in game number 2. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, a match win for Myles does not guarantee that he will get the number 1 spot. And as a matter of fact, only a 3-0 or the 3-1 will. A 3-2 would only catch him up by 3 points. Tristop would maintain the top spot, despite having not a perfect match record. Tetris for Tristop. And of course, that's to say nothing about Blue Scooty, who coming into this game was tied with Myles almost exactly. Only difference is how they got to 12-2. Oh, long bar for Myles needed for the Vits. There it is. 380 points separating them as they score a Tetris. So we are early on in level 18 still. $825 to the 69th power is a lot of money. Hey now. Another Tetris for Myles. There's one for Tristop. Tristop with a slight lead here. Another Tetris for both players. Another Tetris for Tristop. Oh, we lost a camera. And it's back. NTC's fine. We haven't had a problem with that at all. Tetris from Myles. We're more than halfway through, and it's going to be Tristop with about a Tetris and a half pace lead at the moment. Myles ahead by 6 lines. Has a real-time lead, but the Tetris will quickly reverse that, and there's another one. Myles trying to figure out what to do with the stack that has turned a little hostile. Oh, just going to play 4 rows up casually. When there's no bar coming. Oh no, gets a Tetris. Oh my God, Myles, what are you doing? Just gave everyone in chat, including me, a heart attack. He's fine, but he's down by a Tetris and a half. Just setting up dirty here on row 5. We'll score a Tetris to enter the 100-line turn at 455. Tristop looking for that bar to do the same, but at a higher score. There it is, 498. So both players having to work through a little bit of traffic here. Scoring will be on hold for a bit. Shouldn't be long for Tristop here. Oh, Tristop is being extra safe. And gets the right pieces, opens up the right side. Bang, Tetris, 532. Myles not happy at all with not getting a long bar here. Having to take a bunch of burns as a drought's forming. And these pieces are not great either. SZ burst. Myles handling it, but my God. And there's a dirty Tetris as Tristop's about to experience what Myles just experienced. but is a lot lower on the board to be able to handle it as Myles is in 543 to level 19. Tristop just taking the smart burns here. The pieces were much more accommodating on his board. He'll score another Tetris and still has room for one more, and we'll go into 19 at 606. So a pretty big transition lead for Tristop, which will be good news to him given how game 1 went. He's back by 7 lines and has a 57,000 point lead. Tristop another Tetris. Myles gets the bar. We'll score the Tetris there. Tristop going to clean up a little bit here and does have some leeway to do so, as long as Myles stays efficient. And force Tristop to do the same as we get another drought going. Only 21 pieces this time, though. Certainly not some of the killers we've seen in previous games. Another Tetris. 12-line difference, and Tristop has a 21,000 point lead. Ooh, that was a missed 5-tap there from Tristop. Tristop in cleanup mode here. Could be an opportunity for Myles to make up some of this pace. And there's no bar coming for Tristop right now. See how he chooses to resolve this. Yeah, just gonna take the triple there. So all said and done, 9-line difference, 49,000 point lead. Myles will get a Tetris. But Myles is going to be on a slowdown now too on level 26. It's very unclear who has the lead. I think Tristop has a pace lead. I don't think it's very big. He's going to score another Tetris here. And another one. Yeah, 10-line difference, less than a Tetris. Myles has a real-time lead, but Tristop has the pace lead. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles looking for a bar. Tetris for Tristop. There's the bar. Bang Tetris into the max out from Myles. Very awkward board for Tristop right now. .09 for Myles going into kill screen. Tristop is running into traffic right before. But we'll get the bar over for the Tetris. Has 2 more. Myles has the 1.1. Another Tetris for Tristop. 1.05. And Tristop will enter at 1,092,000. Myles in trouble. Myles will top out 1,111,000. Tristop, you need B12. And he's got B33. He takes his vitamins. Game number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. A lot of the times we do these Sunday shows and we end up getting like back-to-back-to-back sweeps, or maybe a 3-1 sprinkled in there. No sweeps today. And in fact, we've already had a decider. Tristop has a couple squares built up on the right there, as we were exactly tied for a moment until Myles dropped that Tetris down the right side. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles waiting for that bar. We'll find it. You can see Tristop using that left as a pseudo hold chamber. Would be nice if you could hold a long bar in this game, huh? But some pretty clean starts from both players. So they both have 118,000. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles having to build up. And gets that bar for the Tetris. 380 points separating the players. Tetris for Tristop. Myles will get one as well. Both players starting this game off very efficiently. Tristop will take some extra burns there, surrender the lead to Myles for a moment. Get up pretty high as the drought has started, but will score the Tetris. Gets another one there. Seems surprised by something, not sure what. But everything looks fine on the board. 282 for Tristop, 280 for Myles. Bit of a complication here for Tristop's going to have to be pretty precise digging this out. Would love a J here. Gets the J. That's perfect. Very nice. Oh, is that what it was? He thought he hung the bar. Nah, he's fine. 330 for Myles. 312 for Tristop. Myles with a small lead here. Another Tetris for Tristop. As the scoring continues to climb. Myles with the Tetris there. Tristop will follow suit. Both players again with the Tetris. 404 score not found for Tristop, but it's 422 for Myles. Seeing some pretty decent scores here. Possible dueling 600k transitions. As Tristop has hit the turn at 473. Myles will get the bar and hit it at 492. See how Myles chooses to try to resolve this. T-spin setup, but I don't know how long we're going to wait for it. Long enough. Oh, he misses a spin. That's going to surrender some pace over to Tristop. A couple of dependencies here for Myles. It's going to make this board tough to play. He might just play a couple rows up here. We'll see what happens. Tristop has taken the lead, 587 to 544. That T-spin altering the course of this match. Or shall I say, lack of a T-spin. But now Myles can go dirty. Well, not dirty well, but center well. And gets it down column 6 for the Tetris. Can keep this within a Tetris before transition, as Tristop will go in at 635. Myles going to set up. He'll score a Tetris. Gets 593. Still has one more to go. Sets up the Aki bar, but has nowhere to put the Z. He'll score a Tetris to go to 617. We'll have a little bit of cleanup work to do to start level 19. But here we go. We're off and running again. Oh, missed spin for Tristop there. Not even a spin, just a rotation. That's actually going to slow him down a little bit, and that's going to give me an opportunity for Myles to get right back into it. And Tristop's just burning here. He's not really trying to set up. It is an 860-point difference, but Tristop is 7 lines ahead. There's 5 lines ahead, sorry. We'll get that Tetris there and finally get things back over to the right side. But the damage is done. Myles does have the pace lead now. Tetris for Tristop. Both players will score. 812 for Tristop, 808 for Myles, but Myles has 6 lines to work with. Tetris for Myles. Tristop getting up high, needs a bar here. Oh, and covered the well just as the bar showed up at a 21 line or 21 piece drought. We'll get another one though. Myles experiencing that drought, I believe, but will open the well instead of close it at the conclusion of the drought and gets the Tetris. Myles is expanding his lead here. Myles also getting close to the max. Should be about 2 Tetrises, now 1 Tetris and change. There's the Tetris, 990. And keep the change, there's the max out. 1,021,000 for Myles, 926 for Tristop. Tristop 5 lines ahead. So about a 4 Tetris lead for Myles. And Tristop having to do more burns here. I feel like Tristop's 19 has just been a lot of burning. Gets another Tetris, 967. There's a Tetris for Myles. And make it a double, 1,092,000 into level 27. Tetris for Tristop. Level 29, right around the corner here. Tetris from Myles. Myles still has 3 Tetrises left. Could be like 1.26 into transition. But will not be. He's going to have to take some burns. 1,111,000 for Tristop. Tristop, good looking board here. Taking the burns as necessary. Gets the bar. Bang Tetris. 1,204,000 into transition for Myles. 1,159,000 on level 30 for Tristop. Tristop with some work to do here in post. This board climbing the wrong way really needs to start getting those holes taken care of. Myles with a clean board, going for a Tetris. Gets the bar. Bang Tetris. The D is on the screen. 1,334,000. Tristop at 1,192,000. Tristop needs a bar. Gets the bar for the Tetris. 1,237,000. But Myles is very close to the 1.4. Oh, a bit of a hang there. Needs a bar now. And gets the bar. 1,426,000 for Myles. 175,000 point lead. Levels 33 and 34. With Tristop ahead in the levels. Tristop will get the 1.3. Another Tetris for Myles. We could be seeing a big game here. Myles setting up again. Where's the bar? There it is. Bang Tetris. 1,530,000. Tristop at 1,438,000. Add a Tetris for both players. Myles has the pace lead. But he's got to keep scoring to realize that there's a Tetris. 1.6 for Myles. 1.5 for Tristop. This game is insane. Another Tetris for Myles. 1.7. Tristop setting up. Myles with the Tetris. There's the Tetris for Tristop. He's got the rollover. It's still 128,000 points in favor of Myles, though. Bang Tetris for Tristop as Myles' board kind of breaking down. This might... No, it's not enough. And Tristop has to stop because he forgot to turn on the double kill screen. Myles will take game number 3. He's going to top out anyway. Tristop had a 1,729,000 point game and lost. Let that sink in for a moment. That was a massive game out of both players. 39 super kill screen. He's got it on, so we're ready to go. Here we go. Game number 4. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, Andrew points out something very important. A no double kill screen means that players are going to line out rather than go aggressive on kill screen. And as we saw at CTWC 2022, well, that can make for very, very long games. I think it was Eric, I don't remember if it's on the Peace Dependency podcast or somewhere else, but he's quoted as saying, no one wants to see players line out. Now, that's not true. There are people that want to see players line out, but in a competitive setting, that is not good for tournament organizers, the players, having to potentially do that 5 times in a row. There's just so many downsides to competitive no double kill screen matches. And I'm actually really glad that they implemented the double kill screen. At the same time, I do wish that there was still some serious competition around going deep. That wasn't quite as taxing on organizers, but how do you do that? It's because you could see some really interesting strategies, especially now that we have a good handful of players that can do that kind of thing. Yeah, that's the rebirth chase, right? The whole rebirth chase being players individually lining it out. But B-John's talking about a competitive match like that. Speaking of competitive, this match is very competitive, and it is less than a Tetris pace between the two right now, as both players will score Tetris. Actually, Myles did take a Tetris lead there, as Tristop had to burn away a little bit of pace. And honestly, after the super kill screen came into play and people started getting used to it, there was a long period of time where just no one was playing long games. And Eric's Colors Run stood as the world record for a very long time. DJ, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles, nice tuck there. Keeping this board alive as there's a 383-point lead for Myles. Yeah, it's good to see friendlies do that. I feel like the amount of games that we see on friendlies that are between players capable of doing that, it's not all that high compared to the number of competitive games we see in a month between top players. Another Tetris from Myles, 422. Tristop at 381. No Cap November is probably happening. Oh yeah, I think that's a permanent thing. Another Tetris from Myles. Myles with a 63,000 point lead. That will be cut in two with that Tetris there. So about a Tetris and a half lead from Myles. Get to see some no cap runs with SV and Dan V fighting for the title. Oh man, those two again. Man. They're starting to turn it Ian and 20 Dan. Just always fighting each other. And no spoiler, but we know that may have happened recently. 540 for Myles, 520 for Tristop, but Myles' board is in a situation. It's not getting a long bar. It's having to keep covering the well. Finally, we'll get the long bar for the Tetris. Should be fine, but we'll have that hole in row 8 that will annoy him for a little bit. Neck and neck, 15,000 point game. Two Tetrises remain before level 19. There's a Tetris for Tristop. There's a Tetris for Myles. Both players have passed 600,000 points. Sound the pace alarm. Another Tetris. We may be in for an encore. So here we go. It's about a 1 Tetris lead for Tristop. But we're in the middle of a drought, so this could just turn on a dime here. Tristop was able to survive that drought much better than Myles, who's in a situation. Myles can't get a piece left. He's going to top out. We're going to a decider. Perhaps one of the best individual games in CTL history. Let's see what they've got for the decider. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Just one more, says Tetris Liam. What if they tie? Then we'll get 2 more. Bar's being a little shy here. Couple will show up though. Give the players some relief. It's Tristop really leaning on this bar showing up. It finally does. He'll score the Tetris. And we'll get another one right after that. This is just the 1140 lead for Tristop. Weird board for Tristop right now. Is going to need to do some stack maintenance here. Too many long bars for Tristop. And then follow it up with some S's he can't use. Too many S's the game. That's what we're playing right now. Nice adjustment on the square. And bang Tetris for Tristop. But damage is done. Myles is in the lead by 37,000 points. Tristop doing some great adjustments this game. Another Tetris. Another Tetris for Tristop. Myles with a Tetris. Holding on to that 38,000 point lead. Tristop again with a Tetris. Tetris for Myles. There's a Tetris for Tristop. 278 for Myles, 263 for Tristop. Tristop is ahead by 6 lines. There's very often been a line difference between the players in this match. Don't often see that. Another Tetris for Myles. Bar coming in at the half. Myles has about a 2 Tetris lead, and that may grow a little bit as Tristop is dropping the Z, and that's an annoying one for sure. He's going to have to do what he can to get this down as fast as possible. Myles is not going to let up. We saw in the previous decider what happened when one player gets to run away with a game 5. Tristop back into scoring. We'll get a Tetris there. There's a Tetris for Myles. Pretty big pace lead right now for Myles. On 90,000 points or so. Another Tetris for Tristop. We're approaching the 100 line turn. And it's exactly 4 Tetris's difference right now. $491 at the turn for Myles, $421 for Tristop. Making up a little ground there, but still a ways to go. An interesting placement on that square for Tristop, especially with the J coming behind it. That would have fit there better. Tristop will open up that right side again, but Myles has a 6-digit lead. Another Tetris to go to 582. Tristop back at 454. And, of course, a drought. Gets the bar after 20 pieces. Will score the Tetris. Myles much lower on the board. That drought barely affected him. Tristop, another Tetris will transition at 526. Myles has room for 2 more Tetrises. There's one. And there's the other. He'll go in at 653, and look at that. The bottom row is ready to be played on. But unfortunately, he's not getting the right pieces for it. So a bit of burning here from Myles is going to give Tristop a little bit of an opportunity. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Oh, center well attempt for Myles here. Playing the 6-3. We'll get back-to-back Tetrises. Myles will maintain this lead and the aggression. And that play from Myles right there, that's the kind of thing that separates the good players from the greats. Yeah, look at the board and you think, oh, this is just going to take many, many, many lines of burning. Myles like, nah, I'm just going to go dirty. And keeps it within a reasonable pace. It is a 106,000 point lead from Myles. Another Tetris for Tristop. Tristop, though, has a long bar dependency. Is not going to wait for the bar. We'll get the Tetris, but now has to deal with that hole in column 2. Looks to just burn everything down and get rid of all the holes. So Tristop 11 lines ahead and down by now 94,000 points. This is going to be a tough ask for Tristop. Last time he was in this position, well, y'all remember game 3, right? Oh, man. Tristop getting high up on the board. Desperation time. Gets the well open. Gets the bar for the Tetris. Dirty Tetris for Myles. We'll have to do some cleaning, though. Another Tetris now for Tristop. We're in the later parts of the 19 speeds. Speeds will double at level 29. Tetris for Myles has the max out, 1,041,000. Drought coming in. Another Tetris for Tristop, 967. That's more than a 100,000 point lead being down 8 lines. Another Tetris for Myles. He's got the B, 1,111,000. Tristop in a bit of trouble here. Really needs a bar. Really needs a bar. Needs the bar now. Gets the bar for the Tetris. Misses the spin, though. And he goes into 29 pretty dirty and misses a tap to the left. Can he get something over? Long bars are not going. The rolling is not working. He is done at 1,024,000. Myles, play this out. You are good for the decider. Myles goes in at 1,197,000. Tristop, thanks for playing. You will still be at the top of the division with 33 points. Myles will move to 31. But of course, a win for Scooty, that would be 3-0, would probably put him ahead. Myles going to top out 1,216,000, but what can you say? These two have put on a show for us tonight. Round of applause for both, but only one can win. That winner is pretty great. Where's Myles? Myles is off the screen. There he is. Myles will take the win 3-2 and improve his chances at making playoffs. Level 24. We're on the low end of max out pace. Give you an idea how the efficiency has been overall for this game. Hasn't been a 100% clean game from either player. But they've certainly tried to make the most of it, as Eyeball again in a bit of a dig. Needs a long bar further right, but isn't going to